Hotep, Black Power, giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors, as always, giving honor to my sister, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul, the Street Law Soldiers, my father, my in-laws, and all of our ancestors that are fighting in the liberation and salvation of the black nation. Um, Today I wanted to really talk about some serious issues. Um, Specifically, this really disturbing shit about this goddamn devil, Officer Todd Shaw. This is the police who instructed his squad that if they run into anybody, any black teens that are smoking weed, to shoot and murder them. And the parents, if they see the parents rape the mother, and if the father is a biracial or mulatto father, make him bow down and sodomize him. Put your penis in his mouth. This is what this goddamn demon told his squad, instructed his officers before at roll call. And, to rape and kill the mother. And see, this is the type of shit that we give passes to. At some point we gotta wake up. At some point we gotta wake up, and he has to be stopped. Just like the that officer that raped that teenage girl in police custody, right on camera, and nothing has been done about that. And also, this same officer on his Facebook page had a photo of a white child with Down syndrome, but stated that at least he's not an African American. Also, something else that disturbed me is what they're doing. Bill Gates and these Japanese scientists have come up with spending billions of dollars on this machine that makes shit. Excuse me. That makes shit. This machine takes shit and makes spring water out of human waste, human shit. And yeah, and they make steak meat, and they make bread, raisin bread, out of human feces, out of human shit. They have these machines that takes human shit turds and makes spring water out of the human shit turds, as well as steak meat and raisin bread. And the name of the bread, I think, is Ezekiel 4:9. That's the name of the bread. And they had Panera bread and sesame bread and different types of bread made from human waste. And this is what I'm trying to tell you all about the how diabolical this cracker is, this European, that we don't want to call him out his name. We still have the utmost respect for this damn devil, but you don't have any respect for yourselves or for each other. Because right now, some of you are disturbed by me using the term cracker. Some of you are actually disturbed. But as long as I'm saying no good nigga, And black people, black people is fucked up, and all this derogatory statements about us, then it's okay. You are in total agreement with it. But soon as somebody mentions something about that devil, about that blue-eyed ice ape, in the back of your mind, you get some type of feeling. Because I've had people even say, the language and all this stuff. Now, all of a sudden, you become so oversensitive to language, profanity that the devil has made up. Now, the cracker says that's a bad word because it doesn't fit his tongue. And so a lot of you that call yourselves conscious and revolutionaries, you still are in full compliance with this devil's vernacular. So, that's why, I always tell you all, the thoroughest revolutionary and the baddest person and the realest person that you know is you. We can't continue to keep jumping out here, putting all our eggs in one basket in terms of a black leader to be responsible for our salvation. With this Messiah syndrome and this Jesus complex, we have to break out of that and work as a unit. That's why this debate stuff, because a lot of these people that are debating and going back and forth with each other, some of them, not all of them, there's a few of them that are actually agents that are being paid by law enforcement, Department of Justice, ATF, and the like, to create confusion and division among the brothers and sisters that are trying to unite and bring about change within the black community by teaching our people who they are. And we have to deal with things far as today. I'm not paying $20 for two people to argue about something that happened 75,000 years ago. It doesn't make any sense to me. When we can take that money and put it together and get some vans and go out here and feed and clothe our people, give them some hope. Hope is not in the way of sitting on no corner with a bullhorn, calling them names, putting them down because they are history illiterate, based on the fact that they're still dealing with post-traumatic slave syndrome. That's not productive whatsoever in terms of our growth and development as a people. But anyway, they're taking human waste. Bill Gates, who y'all, people, you hear brothers and sisters, oh, he got that guap and all. Yeah, he's guapping your ass. He's guapping your ass. Got you eating shit turds. Got you eating his shit. And we have to be, and they have found millions of pounds of human fetuses in the McDonald's ground beef. In the meat in McDonald's. See, that's why they have the $1, $2, $3 menu, and you can get a hamburger for less than $1 now, when it was never like that. 30 years ago, when Ray Kroc, when that devil was here, and they had real ground beef, you couldn't get a hamburger or a cheeseburger for that much. You had to pay top dollar because you were getting top grade beef from grass-fed cows. Now you can get 2 and 3 sandwiches, for $2, based on the fact because it's not real meat. You're actually eating children. You're actually eating children, fetuses. Where McDonald's has contracted out with Planned Parenthood and Margaret Sanger's legacy which still continues through Planned Parenthood. And they come and they pick up those fetuses, aborted fetuses, and they grind them into the meat. And some of you may say, "Oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that," because you're either addicted to McDonald's, or you don't want to hear it because you don't want to be responsible to say that you were warned about this. So you can say that I didn't know that. And see, that's the trifling part of us as a people. You know, little mind behaviors and thought processes such as those make us trifling in our walk. And the ATF, FEMA, the CDC, the DEA, and local and state police are picking up and kidnapping homeless people throughout all the inner cities at night, preferably around 3 a.m. 3 a.m., you know, is a Pacific time that means something. Because if you notice it, you know, vampire movies and all types of horror flicks, all of the horror begins around 3 a.m. So it's something about 3 a.m. and this white devil that he reaches his peak, you know, of sabotage and carnage and murder. And they're picking these homeless people up. They are demelanating these people. And you may be wondering, yeah, well, those people are dirty. They may have diseases and whatnot. But they have medicines to actually flush and clean all of their organs out before they deorgan them and before they demelanate them. Because what happens when you are cremated, you are taken down to the most finest form, physical form that you can be in, and it's pure crystallized melanin in those ashes. I'm not gonna say ashes, in that particular being. So, you know, it's a lot of things that we have to, you know, be abreast of. You know, just like a lot of people don't believe in the cloning procedures, you know, that people are cloned. Look at Al Roker and Eminem, for example. If you look on Google, CNN, April 1st, 2013's webpage, the news, CNN News, stated that Eminem was killed in a car accident. Talking on the phone, weaved off the side of the road and went head onto a truck and died. And then you have to look at the Eminem of today. Look at Al Roker, who was murdered during lipo surgery. You just have to pay close attention to these people. The same way it is rumored that Beyonce was taken out based on the fact that when she was supposed to have given birth and the entire floor was closed off to the public, to reporters, and anybody. You know, it was said that she disappeared. And see, you know, a lot of people don't understand that. I knew this in the 70s, that under the Pentagon, under the White House, there's an underground city, farm under the Pentagon that are 13 stories in the ground that actually has a road that runs from the Pentagon to the White House. So you know that they have a lot of underground. It's a lot of cities that are underground. And we don't want to believe it because we can't see it. And not only that, mainly because the cracker hadn't told you. But see, when somebody that looks like you tells you that, then the first thing you want to do, two things. Ask somebody if they're Muslim and where did they get their information from. But do you call a news station at 5 and 6 o'clock? Do you ask them where did they get their information from? Which you're being played out your mind at 6 o'clock anyway. Because at 6 o'clock, we reach the peak of our day in terms of our melanin, in terms of our energy, in terms of our vitamin D intake from the sun. And that's where Frankie Beverly made the song Golden Time of Day. It was talking about the sun and melanated people and making that connection with the sun. But the way they distract you is they put something negative on at 6 o'clock called the news, which is all negative information to lower your vibration, to put you in depressed mode, to have you thinking homicidal, suicidal, fratricidal. But we're not alert. We don't keep abreast of what is taking place here because we still trust this devil. You know, and why is it that, you know, it's hard for us to accept, you know, what's going on, you know, on the planet. You know, for example, someone asked me about, you know, black consciousness and religion. Because if you look at any of those books, you know, religion is nothing, you know, especially the Bible, that's based on astrology. You have the 12 systems of the brain, the left side, that's the 12 zodiac signs, that's the 12 disciples. You know, the pineal gland, that's just what's called the third eye. Christ risen on the third day. You know, you're in the Last Supper, that picture of the Last Supper, you have 4 bar stools at that table that represents the 4 seasons and also represents the 4 elements of the earth. Water, wind, rain, and water, earth, water, air, and fire. You know, and right now Mercury is in retrograde. And as you know, Mercury is a war planet. And so that's why you see these devils actually, you know, trying to intimidate North Korea. You know, Trump and his conglomerate renegade of devils trying to pick a fight with North Korea. Because he has somewhere to go in the case of a nuclear outbreak. And so it doesn't bother. If he had nowhere to go in the event of a nuclear war, he wouldn't be talking the shit that he's talking now to North Korea. But see, they can disappear, and they already have the people that they're going to take with them. Because they have to have a few of us to keep the race, to keep them alive. Think, brothers and sisters, think. You know, and that BET, you know, nigga entertainment. I call it nigga entertainment. They got a show coming out called Black Card Revolt, where you're supposed to be able to answer these ignorant nigga ass questions, you know, about welfare, grits, and cheese and all this bullshit. You know, and if you fail to answer that, your black card is revoked. You know, instead of them having a show to elevate the minds of our people, talk about Denmark Vesey or Gabriel Prosser, you know, or the Haitian Revolution, or ancient Kemet, or ancient Hebrews, or whatever, Moors, or whatever. You know, they got this nigga ass shit that comes on nigga entertainment television, which is owned by crackers, and all they do is, you know, find out which one of you baboon, you know, which one of you monkey niggas is willing to act like a goddamn buck dancer and a bojangler for some money, or act like a fucking faggot, you know, and you can get, you know, and you can get all the material shit that you wish, you know. And once again, I mentioned this several years ago about 20,000 pastors in FEMA. You know, the nigga preachers. You know, the nigga preachers. You know, 26,000 nigga preachers have signed an agreement with FEMA, and they are on FEMA's payroll, that in the event of insurrection in this country, they are to hand over their weapons and the children and instruct their congregations to report to the FEMA camps. And you already know, I need not say what's going to take place once you are in the FEMA camp. The nigga preachers who allowed the Koreans, that's how all these Indians, these Arabs, and these motherfuckers got in the community, because what they did, they go to the local churches, which are supposed to be the cornerstones of the community, and they give them some underhand money to allow them to open a store up in the neighborhood. You know, but they won't do that for you to open the store up. They come up with 1,000 red tapes. You know, the nigga preachers. You know, the 6-piece suit wearing motherfucking nigga, activator, jerry curl, makeup wearing, you know, pointy toe shoe motherfucking nigga preachers. Most of them are homosexual, and the homosexuals, you know, especially the black male homosexuals, those are the only black males that are basically allowed into the federal government and allowed to have these prestigious jobs with these lucrative incomes. You know, so the nigga preachers will allow the homosexuals to come into the church, because they know that they're going to tie, they're going to tie very, very heavy, because that's a place where they can come, you know, and holler hallelujah, you know, and play with each other's dick and balls and ass, you know, in the church bathroom, you know, and then put their hands and grab fried chicken and all this bullshit, you know, give some little baby goddamn herpes or something. You know, but, you know, Eddie Long, and, you know, he went to his grave lying, still in denial, you know, about fucking them boys. He went to his grave, but he's supposed to have been a bishop. You know, and these are the things that are not discussed. That's why, hopefully, brothers and sisters, as time goes by, I'm going to be doing live stream, because I want to hear from you, so we can dialogue like men and women. You know, not with the foolishness and, you know, all that threatening bullshit. You know, because, you know, at some point that shit's gonna have to end. And tragically, you know, this beefing between these religions and all that, tragically, someone is gonna lose their life behind debating, behind these agent staged beefs. Someone is gonna seriously get hurt, because these young brothers and sisters are coming through with that new non-bullshitting energy, and they're not going to have time to be bullshitting. Any of these older cats that are still out here, you know, wanting to debate, you know, for the sake of just getting paid and keeping division within the so-called conscious community, may end up in the casket. may end up eliminated. So the real energy, that new energy can come through. Because a lot of you had ample time to become leaders and stand up soldiers in the community. But you chose to rape, economically and financially rape your brothers and sisters, opposed to, being a sincere leader. And it's a price you got to pay for that also. It's a new day. Like I said, Mercury is in retrograde, and and Mercury is a planet of war, meaning that war energy, even in the melanated people, and the war energy is not just for your personal wars, not just your internal wars, but your external wars as well. Because you got to kill the devil, you got to kill the cracker in you first. Then you can kill the cracker outside of you. As the great ancestor, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, always stated. A man who isn't a slave to his sexual desires is a focused man. And the focused man is a dangerous man, meaning powerful man. Thanks to brother Rockman, who dropped that jewel on me yesterday. Very, very powerful brother. That's all I want to drop for right now. Like I said, my goal is to, do the live stream and get everybody on one accord so we can move forward. A lot of you are sincere, followers on my YouTube channel. I appreciate you all. It's just not about me. I'm not going around saying I'm the magnificent so-and-so, I'm the great this, and I'm this. No, I'm just someone who wants to make a contribution to the liberation and salvation of the black nation. That's all I am. And that's what it's about. I'm willing to link up with anybody, no matter what your train of thought is, no matter what your ideologies are. I'm willing to link up with anybody that understands who their enemy is. I'm not with none of the turn the other cheek syndrome. I'm not with none of the, we can beat them with books. I'm not down with none of that. I'm for straight guerrilla warfare, because we've tried everything else. And to no avail, we are still in the same position. Just like that voting shit. We've been voting since they've allowed us to vote, and it hasn't gotten us nowhere. So, until we meet again, brothers and sisters, Hotep, Black Power.